So emissions from shipping and aviation not included under the terms of the Kyoto Agreement. Why is that, and why should they be?
So while all emissions worldwide were legally binded in the Kyoto Protocol, they failed to have targets and a binding regulation for aviation and shipping. So there is an article 2.2 that says the mandate is given to the International Maritime Organization and the International Civil Aviation Organization, the two appropriate bodies, to deal with emissions from aviation and shipping, to develop measures to reduce these emissions from the sectors, but both in 17 years have failed to develop any measures to significantly reduce the emissions. Didn't happen. They're
probably, I imagine, comes as a surprise to nobody that they failed to, or were people genuinely expecting them to get their own houses in order?
Yeah. I'm following the role of emissions and shipping in this process now for 4 years, so for me it's not a big surprise, but I think it has something to do with lifestyle questions if it comes to aviation. So there is not a big interest from people from the rich countries to find regulations on that. They fear about their holidays, and if it comes to shipping, then it gets more complex and more difficult. So these are global emissions. That means they are in the air, they belong to everybody. So you cannot account them to a single country. Shipping is very difficult. Most of the vessels, they are sailing under the flag of a developing country. So, of course, developing countries don't want to have the same burden as Annex 1 or the industrialized countries. That makes it difficult.
Do we know roughly what percentage of global emissions are caused by aviation and shipping?
Well, both together around 10%, but they have massive growth rates, and that's the dangerous thing about it. So take aviation alone. The IPCC report from 2007 says aviation is only 2% or 3%. The latest report by the same authors of the IPCC report say it's already 4.9%. And if you take like all effects from aviation into account, then it's up to 14%. See, if you burn kerosene in higher altitude, that is far more climate effective and unfriendly and dangerous. Actually, aviation is a climate killer.
What is it you're aiming for here at COP17? Simply to get shipping and aviation included under the terms of the agreement?
Yes. What we are looking for different agreements on aviation and shipping. First, we need to reduce these emissions. We need a global sectoral regime that covers both sectors with a clear, ambitious target to reduce these emissions. Second, we want that whatever system we get in a global emission trading scheme or levy, all funds generated, they should be made available for the Copenhagen Green Climate Fund. In aviation shipping, they might be able to contribute new, fresh, substantial funds for poor countries to finance their climate actions. And then third, and that is the most difficult thing, developing countries should not take the same burden as the rich countries. So we have to ensure that there is CBDR or equity is respected, that they are not the ones who actually have to suffer from such a system.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much.